Well, folks, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I fell asleep and for the past 8 weeks, I've been taking 2 classes that have been kicking my butt, and I finally am done with the last final tonight. So I'm back. It is Thursday night while we're recording this. I figured we can get the podcast going again. It was just too much work. I wanted to do it well, and I don't know.
That's the way I feel about most things.
Yeah. And okay, so we're back, and Peter's my co-host, and my name's Brenan, and we like smoking weed and we like playing fantasy football. Peter, do you want to share the screen? I'm just too tired. I have to do a presentation in another class.
Sure, Brennan, I can share the screen. I'll just share. I'm gonna share this bit of a screen. Oh, look at that little tiny.
Whoa, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, look at that. That's good, right?
Nice, good.
So a little state of the league, as it were.
Dun, dun, dun. Which is this is not accurate, by the way, just to fucking start. This is not accurate. And
yeah, true. We could go through that. But last week of the regular season, before we head into the playoffs, we have 3 teams that are locked in, got their ticket booked to playoff arena. That is Seamus, that is Colin, and that is Mr. Brenan, all from the East Division. This playoffs will have 3 teams from the East, only 1 representative from the West, and that is yet to be decided. 3 teams tied at a mediocre 7-7. If you get this out of the way, we see that is Jeff. God damn it, these names are so confusing in this goddamn league. That is Jeff with a 62% chance to win. He's got a pretty sizable points for margin on both Frank and I, but Frankie and I still with a chance. I don't get why Frankie has 2% chance more than me, considering I have points for over him, but whatever, I'll let it slide. Frankie and I both
I'm sure those percentages will change by the time this is posted. So because the Chiefs will have played their game, and that's 3 of the players on Frankie's team. So
yeah, Frankie, Jeff, and I battling it out for the 1 spot to the playoffs on the road from the West. End of the season, Brenan leads in points 4. Let me see if I have that pulled up.
Nope.
No. No. Okay. Well, we can sort of see it here. Brenan leading in points 4, and then a bit of mix and match in the top 4, but then 5, 6, 7, 8 are all that order in terms of points 4, with Sir Kennedy Dowling bringing up the rear.
That's interesting. That is called data. What's it?
I think it's just called data. That's what they call it.
And that data is pretty to look at because we didn't even do anything, and it's all in order. Not satisfying. Jeff's dad, disappointing us again. But
you come to expect
that was a shame. Ozzy, I'm sorry. You had the first pick in the draft, I remember, if I remember correctly, and that's always upsetting. I don't know what happened with Christian McCaffrey this year, but he was not the Christian McCaffrey that we know. That was upsetting for like the second year.
Yeah, he sort of was at this point, though. Christian McCaffrey, we sort of know him as always injured.
And sorry for the actually Colin has Calvin Ridley, the Calvin Ridley owners, the Derrick Henry owners, a little bit of Alvin Kamara owners.
Everybody took their hits.
The Dalvin Cooks, but he's back,
Dalvin Cooks,
and that's
he's
always
back,
nice.
He's rolling.
Colin had
Yep.
Yeah, an interesting thing that I saw, Colin had the most moves. He really has been grinding away. If you remember at the beginning of the year, was starting Justin Herbert, and now has Tom Brady, who is the second ranked quarterback so far this year. Just 2
Yeah.
points, two total points behind Josh Allen. But that was a great pickup. That really turned his game around. You remember he was the lowest scoring team for the first 2 weeks, and now he's
Absolutely. Colin
first
was
place.
a laughing stock of this little podcast we were doing, and boy, has that turned around on me. Not so much you. You're still okay, but I am now fighting for my dear life. So yeah, making moves pays off unless you are Ozzy, who has 31 moves and 7. So just if I'm making the right moves, I guess.
He's just trying not to drown. Look at him. He tried so hard. That's so upsetting. Ozzy next year. Come on, bud. Let's
One thing I do want to note that the 3 teams from the West that are vying for that last playoff spot are all did lose last week, coming off a loss. Both Jeff and I coming off 2 losses, and Frankie 2 weeks ago just won by I think like 2 points in week 13. So all sort of struggling towards the end of the season, sort of limping in to take that last spot. But moving forward, let's take a look at the matchups we have this week. I only screened the 3 that matter. Brenan is playing Ken. Ken is out. Brenan is in. Not any playoff implications to be seen there. However, these 3 games are where the action will be. I'm going up against Colin for the second week in a row, hoping to avoid 2 consecutive losses against the man. It is going to be tough since his team is rolling fast. Frankie going up against Ozzy, and I think Ozzy has the edge, but
yeah,
those
that's
are some low projections.
Ozzy has a chance to at least do something this year by making sure Frankie doesn't get in, and that's a dude who's got those 3 killer Chiefs guys.
Yeah.
Look at every single week projected leaders.
Yeah.
3 dudes, just their mug shots. God
And then
damn. But
lastly,
they haven't been the
have,
same this year. They've not been the same
yeah,
this year.
for the most part, yeah. And then lastly, we have Jeff going up against Sheamus. They are projected to be 7 points across. Special point of interest is that Josh Allen may or may not play this week. A bit of a risky move starting him. However, Jeff does have Stafford to back him up. So got a little bit of a fail safe there. But yeah, those are the 3 matchups that are going to matter. All the 7-7 teams are not playing each other. Sort of interesting coincidence. So everybody else just has a chance to ruin us 3 Western boys trying to make it in.
That reminds me of like some years when I was a kid, the Mets would be like right on the brink of like making the playoffs, and they could make the wild card game, and the Marlins, who would like have an awful year, they would like beat us at the end of the year. And my dad would say it's because they, wanted to get something out of the season by making someone not make the playoffs, and it happened to be the Mets, and that's what it's like to be a Mets fan, folks. So just be proud that you're not me.
I am. Thank you. I do think about that pretty often. Brenan, do you want to take control? I could show some of the screenshots. Let's start. How about we take it back a bit and wait, can I shrink this? Oh, I can. Shrink. Why don't you walk us through the All Brenan team for the 2021 fantasy season?
Hi, my name is Brenan, and if you were to have drafted after 15 weeks in fantasy football, the best team, this is what it would look like. Josh Allen is the best. He's got 306, but Tom Brady only had 304. He's right below him. That was one of the closer 1 to 2s.
Yeah.
The Jonathan Taylor actually wasn't the leading. I thought he would be. That's why I'm starting to think that Cooper Kupp might win the MVP this year. Jonathan Taylor, who is on Sheamus's team, he definitely was one of the reasons why he's been doing so well. 23.7 average points a week. That's pretty cool. Austin Eckler was right behind him, 276. Cooper Cup is still the highest. I think he's been leading all year, every week. The highest scoring, position player with the 335. Justin Jefferson, 262. He's on the Jet State University. Mark Andrews, best tight end. That's kind of surprising.
That's the biggest surprise of the season for sure. George Kittle came on late in the season. Travis Kelce has not really come on, hasn't been consistent, and then Darren Waller has been injured and inconsistent. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the tight end from Baltimore taking the tight end #1 position. Don't think anyone would have predicted that going into the season. Is quite a healthy steal for Mr. Zarowski.
Not a great year for tight ends. A lot of injuries, a lot of just disappointing seasons for tight ends. But then the defense and kickers both were the Patriots. The Patriots defense and starting, special teams, and the Patriots kicker, who is an ex-Jet, Nick Folk. So it looks very confusing, and it's the fact that the Patriots are also next to the Jets. That's me. I'm the Jets.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every player on that list is owned by a team that is going into the playoffs. Is it not?
Yes, other than Cooper Cup, who was on was on Kennedy's team. And
that's Ken's.
He had the worst record. So how about that, folks? He was the he had the best player in fantasy this year, and he only won 3 games and had the worst season. Kennedy Dowling, folks, just could not write it any better, dude. That's awesome. Thank you, Kennedy, for being you.
We should learn our lesson, all right? Because we're laughing at Colin week 3 or something. If we keep laughing at Ken, he's gonna come back and just wipe next season.
I really hope you do, Ken. Come on. And anyways, that's the Brenan team, and that's it's not far-fetched. If you remember at the beginning of the season, what your feelings were about who you thought was going to be really good, like Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler were probably steals. Josh Allen you could have tried to go for, but like Cooper Cup, Justin Jefferson were middle of the pack guys. Mark Andrews for sure, and Patriots and Nick Folk, like you absolutely could have had this team and had the ridiculous team won every week.
The big thing this season is that the high cost running backs just did not pan out. That Derrick Henry injured, Alvin Kamara struggling with injuries all year, Dalvin Cook struggling with injuries all year. Ezekiel
alert.
Saquon. So yeah, it's Jonathan Taylor and Austin Eckler, both probably like running backs 6 or 7 or something. Going into the draft. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Is a very realistic team that you could have drafted, which is why I think this fantasy season has been pretty interesting. Is that everybody has taken hits, and it's interesting to see who's come out on top.
Yeah, I think the all Brenan team is nice to see because it totally is realistic at this point. Agreed. Do you want to show? We're just gonna highlight. We're gonna highlight the highest scoring matchup.
Which one do you want to start with?
The highest scoring one, which was in week 7. I scored 182, which was only like 1 point more than I think Frankie did 181 in the second week. Chiefs had a really good game, and I think he has Lockett too. Lockett had a great game. So yes, but I'm the highest scoring team. I had that, and I'm only 8-6. It's kind of funny. The lowest scoring was actually Frank. He on week I think 12 he did not change his lineup, and so all of the Chiefs were on bye, and he only scored 54 points. So Colin, kind of snuck away with a win there with only 102. But yeah, pretty funny. Good job, Frank. Could make the playoffs. still.
Could still make the playoffs.
It will be decided probably like we're recording this, and then the Chiefs game is going to happen, and then I'm going to release, and it's going to be already figured out. Well, lastly, I think we're going to try to pick up with this next week and go into the playoffs. If anyone gives a fuck about us giving a little bit of an analysis through the playoffs and just talking some shit, and maybe having some people actually come on, that would be fun. And just have like Ozzy or fucking Ken, who didn't make the playoffs, like commentate some shit. That would be fun. If anyone wants to fucking get high, I'll smoke you out. But anyways, that was the week, whatever fucking week this is, recap. I'm super tired. I still have one final presentation tonight in about 45 minutes, so I'm gonna get ready for that. Hope everyone has a happy holidays. Oh, right. Let's finish up. Happy holidays. Santa's coming with some lock bets.
Oh yeah. He's coming on the chimney. He's
Jingle bells.
No telling you to not take the Jets. Let's hear what he says. Brenan, you lead us off. What's your lock of the week for week 16, 15 for this week?
Pete, I didn't do a lock of the week. This is not fair to put me on the spot here. You go first.
Okay. I was semi-undecided. I'm going to show you the lines looking through right now. And you know what? I'm going to go with it. I'm going to not take Santa's advice. And I'm going to take the New York Football Jets at plus 9.5 against the Dolphins. Look, I think the Jets have a much better team culture right now. I think it's the end of the season. Neither team is actually, the Dolphins are sniffing the playoffs. I take that back. I'm pretty sure. They've won quite a lot in the recent weeks, but regardless, I think this could be a trap week, and I don't know why I want to take the Jets at 9.5. I think it's two shitty teams, and I like the Jets coach a lot more. So I'm going Jets 9.5 in a 12-19 shootout. That's my guess.
Wow. Riveting. Go Jets. Jets have 2 number 1 picks, first round picks this year because of the Jamal Adams trade. They have the Seahawks first round pick, and thank God the Seahawks been so bad.
Yeah, true.
Year. There should be 2 top 10 picks next year. Jets will find a way to fuck that up. I think that my lark of the week is I'm gonna pull a page out of the Colin playbook and take Tennessee over Pittsburgh. Money line.
Yeah, I saw that. It is an even line right now.
Money line. Is it an even line?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Take Tennessee. That's what I think.
Pittsburgh.
That's my lock bet.
Yeah. I thought about that as well. Pittsburgh has looked like half of a football team at times this year. Then at other times has. Oh shit! I think I remember I wanted to take the Chiefs at -3, but too late.
My hot take. If we're gonna be having a platform here, if I can take a hot take, my hot take is that Claypool was not in the wrong on that last play.
What?
Yeah.
It's a foolish take.
Do you want to hear my? Do you want me to explain my take?
Only a little bit.
If you look at the highlight,
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna pull it up, and he kind of fucking talked about it in like a press conference I saw, and I'm like, fuck you. Yeah, you can't defend yourself. It's kind of a bitch move, Claypool. I'm not gonna say I don't really like Claypool, so that's why.
You just don't celebrate anything when there's that little time left on the clock. I get that the ref wasn't there yet and he caught the ball near the hash mark, but you just don't celebrate things when you're on the 2-minute drill.
So, yes, I agree. So he gets
get up
this.
And you go,
it was like a 10 it was a 10-second fucking like a 10-yard gain, 38 seconds left, 4th and 1, you get the first down. He's pumped, but like, look, this is the closest lineman right here. And like these guys still are getting up to the ball. And so like he does a little fucking a couple seconds he takes and he does this. That was like 1 second. Like seriously, he like kind of sat there and then he did like 1 second and then he turns around and goes, and this lineman goes and takes the ball. Which why the fuck is that?
Watch,
no.
I would say watch Eric Kendricks. Eric Kendricks is the one that rips it and moves the ball super far away. He like sticks his hand in there, really sneaky.
But like, look at the lineman like comes up to Claypool as if like, why the fuck would they need another lineman to just grab the ball from him? Like, I don't know if it was a center or whatever. Maybe that would give more sense, but I don't think it was. So he's like trying to fucking grab the ball from him. All Claypool needed to do is give the ball to Claypool, and then it gets knocked out. Then he's fucking. You can tell he's fucking yelling at him right there.
Yeah,
he was.
I mean,
hard, and I think it was the fucking.
So surprised that you are defending this.
I know. I get
the logistical argument
fucking
of it.
Yelling at him. Who was that?
You're not even
like he just one little point.
You just don't. That's not the time for. It's a 4th and 1. You're losing.
I agree.
Like,
but it's instinct for fucking players like that.
Brenan,
and I don't like Claypool.
Brenan, how about you scroll down? How about you scroll down a little bit? How about you see that little recommended video?
No.
A little off-grid cabin. How to go out and build one by yourself. I think you need to watch that and go think about your priorities and really all your opinions.
Like, I don't like Claypool, but I also don't like that kid. Look, that's the right guard. What the fuck is the right guard ever touching the football ever? No. That he should never, with 35 seconds left, he shouldn't fucking touch the football. He's the right guard. Unless it's a fumble, it's a dead ball. And so all he needed to do was then give it right. Look, who's the one player between Claypool and the fucking ref? It's this fucking fat right guard who then somehow knocks the ball. I don't know. You're saying that other fucking player knocked the ball out. It gets fucking loose. And who gets the ball? The ref. So like, I mean, that's my fucking.
I get it. That whole game was embarrassing for the Steelers. Like 2 possessions before that, they were down like 2 touchdowns, and their defense was celebrating in the end zone. It was I get your argument.
I don't like Claypool at all, and I really think Ben is just ready to really like just take a nap. He seems like he's so old, dude. Anyways, Tennessee. That's my lock bet. Anyways. Well,
this is where you come for week late hot football topic analysis. We're talking about the Chase Claypool incident. That's what we're
also fuck Matt Ryan.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Anyways,
I think that does it for us, right, Ben?
Bye. Yeah.
Now, wait. I do want to say, who do you guys think is going to get into the playoffs from the West?
We'll talk some shit. Maybe Ken can come up with some.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be who is it? Jeff? Yeah. Do you think it's going to be Jeff, the favorite?
It's going to be heavy.
Frankie or
is it going to be
Frankie?
Is Ozzy going to have a good week? Are the Chiefs going to win the football game? I do not know. Check in next week. Vivi. Bye.
Bye.